Yo, it's Guido coming at you with a tactics talk. That was kind of a weird voice thing I just did right there. Toro, my friends, I finally aced this thing. I really like this tank. You know what? I think I did a review of it maybe when it first came out. I think I did. I didn't particularly like it, but I'll tell you what, it's grown on me. Now, it's an autoloader, loader, reloader, so that's the meta. It doesn't have a particularly great turret, and it's not a fantastic hold-down tank, but it is mobile, has a lot of hit points because it's a heavy. It is a tier 9, by the way, and it's a premium or reward tank, so it makes, I think it's actually a premium, to be honest with you. Pretty good tank, guys. You know, I'm not a big fan of the autoloader, loader, reloader, hold-down meta that Wargaming has created, but that's what we have. So if you're looking for a support tank that's really pretty good in most phases of the game, this is probably it. All right, so but it doesn't have a lot of armor. So remember, you're soaking up a heavy spot, but you've got to be a bit of a supporting actor. I'm gonna have a really good game here. The good news is that my heavies are tanking and doing things they have to do and allowing me to kind of sit back and do my work. Now, when I say sit back, I don't mean back here, you know, in a bush or something. I mean, I'm up there, but I am not trying to tank too many shots. I'm looking for opportunities to get the autoloader doing its thing. I'm running vents, I've got a vert scan, and I've got an IA, which is really going to tame this gun pretty well. I think I have another setup, but I don't know if it'll show it to me. No, we can't do that in a replay. That's how I have it set up. If you wanted to be more tanky, you could throw the hardening thing on there. If you want to get a little faster, a turbo hardening and maybe an IA or a vert stab probably might be another option out there, but this is the way I've got mine set up. I am running food and I don't have any other directives. We are in Himmels Westfelddorf, and this is a challenge for this tank because the hold down thing up there really favors those 10-degree gun depression tanks. And I will initially go there because I want to find out how many tanks are going to line up on this ridge. What I'd really love to do, and I'm able to do it later, is get over here and then do the hold down thing here, poke out and be supportive, but I don't want to be here if I'm going to get shredded from the ridge. So the first thing I want to know is, what are they doing on the ridge? I can look at their tanks and I think, all right, yeah, E77 maybe, Rambo, okay, 54E1 could be a problem. Good gun depression autoloader, let's go find out. And they've got some 8s that can be an issue too, the M3Y in particular. And I love this because I find their Scorpion trying to get hidden, and I get a couple shots, and unfortunately I'm only 2 shells loaded, but I'll take it for the easy damage on the Scorpion. And guess what I also know? It looks to me like nobody's going to be there. Also too, and in addition to, the Contender is going there, which is fantastic because he's going to keep anyone who shows up there honest. So I'm going to bail out of that spot early as I reload my shells. We're going to cruise over here and we'll start to help this T-34B. I will continue to check my left. If they decide to come up there, if they're smart, they're going to send people there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, there we go. Now, I will fully admit I am not fantastic with the auto reloaders. I'm a pretty good player, but sometimes I get a little excited with shots and go, wow, he's out in the open, let's take the shot, and he just shot at somebody else. But what that did is kind of got me back to this reload situation. So I do struggle on occasion with that. It might have been better to continue to wait, but the shot was available. Debate. Talk amongst yourselves down below there. Because honestly, I can't give you a definitive answer on that. I'm going to try to stay out of the 34B's way as much as possible while working with him as well. So I do want to put my front armor to these guys if I can, but I need to not block this guy too much. I'm going to get really lucky here. Okay, sure. Like, oh shit, sorry dude, let me... Okay. I try not to do stuff like that, and slowing him down when he's reloaded and getting his shot off is not what I really want to do. The problem is, because I am echelon to the right, and we have that little riser, I don't want to push too far straight forward. I do want to cut left a little bit to put some front armor, at least put some angle, and that will tend to cut him off a little. Now, what I don't think he understands is he's got a great gun depression tank, so if he actually also angles left and uses this ridge, he can go hold down there, but doesn't really seem to have that particular understanding. You miss. We're starting to work a little bit better. Again, he doesn't need to come out sideways so much. That's just not great for him. Yeah, so he just eats that shot. And honestly, his target should be Rambo. if I was talking to old Raging Bull, I'd say, dude, you need to come up right here and see if you can use your gun depression and shoot old Rambo there, because that's perfect for a T-34B, but that's not what he's doing. We'll continue to work with him as best we can, and we've forced the Rambo back. 56 TP is getting hammered, and honestly the 34B, I wish he hadn't done that. It was not a great move, but since he's got them busy and they've all shot, I'm going to go ahead and take this opportunity to come this way. And I don't think this 3B sees me, and then we run into this guy. I'm like, ah, crap. Okay, great. Actually, armor worked. And he takes several hits at once and dies. Okay. This guy takes a while to deal with. The M3Y has pretty good turret armor. It does have that little hatch on the top. And he's really doing his best to hide it from me. Like, get him. Oh, that's a bounce. All right. And once again, we can have the discussion about shooting my last shot. Not really a fantastic shot. Yes, I hit him. Yes, it was kind of side turret, but he was turning it. It was angled anyway. Probably wanted to wait right here and keep reloading. That'll give me options later. It is, again, it's the discussion about the shot you have on hand and the plan for the future. All right, guys taking hits there. M3Y's thinking about it. I'm like, can I just get a shot on him? Come on. All right, yeah, not surprising. I was really hoping for a prayer there. I do have a reloaded shell, and we're working on the next one. Be careful about zooming in on guys too much when there's a lot of other tanks. You never know. If somebody sees you just stationary and obviously staring at somebody, they may have options to come around. Right now, I'm okay, but you want to check that side of what's going on. Pay attention to it on your mini-map, and I like to actually look. That's kind of why I zoom out a bit. But yep, what's going on? Okay, we're fine. Good. Nobody's going to show up. Little bobble. I'm like, can I shoot him underneath? That would be super cool. Okay, that was never going to happen. I just was more curious than anything. And then I get the shot where I wanted it. Great. 2 shells of heat. Another thing you need to pay attention to. There we go. We're just going to go over to the APCR. We're going to lose some pen. That's fine. We want to try to get 4 shells if we can. And it is in the balance, guys. It's 4-4. We're doing okay. Kind of stalemate down in the southeast corner. That's a good situation. I will take it. And we're starting to win up top. We have a lot more hit points. I'm liking it. Of course, I don't know what my hit point situation on my mediums down there is, but we're not in a bad situation. The WT is absolutely a danger, so we don't want to just walk in on him. I'm going to move across here. Do I get lit? I don't know why, to be honest with you. The Rambo was just too far down, so we're going to come up here, and I think, am I actually smart or not? I am smart. Am I? Nice. Sometimes I do the right thing. Okay, so I'm going to start moving before the 3rd shell is completely loaded, so I'm coming up and over. And I want to get into this guy as fast as possible. Boom. Okay, that's unfortunate, whatever. Okay, fine. WT shot. He didn't damage me. Great. He's on a reload. Excellent. Let's get out of here. Got away with it. Kind of expected to eat that WT shot at a lost 750 hit points, but he fired heat into my tracks. That is a super Guido move right there. I do appreciate him for doing that. And now while we are reloading, I will reposition. No sense in walking into a 750 Alpha WT if you don't have to. These guys are kind of pushing in there, but unfortunately one of them dies, and now we got 2 tanks there. So I'm a little bit worried that we're fixing to maybe throw away the north. We're still pretty even. We just lost the VZ and the Selma. That fight in the southeast, I don't know what's going on down there, but I really would like to close out the E75 and the 56 TP. But I want to do this with 4 shells, guys. Am I? Oh, I don't. I'm dumb. Never mind. Alright, well, I guess I didn't get my 4 shells. Dopey. Well, I don't know if I would have reloaded and got that kill. So maybe a little hasty on my part. Maybe a little hasty. Contender was fine. I don't think he was going to lose any hit points to those guys based on his hold down position right there. So a little bit hasty. Hey, I told you, sometimes I struggle with the auto loading stuff, fellas. The auto reloaders. Dead. Sure. Sure. You miss 1,090 billion% of this shot you never thought you could take. Never should have taken? I don't know. Hey, look, I went for another one. Maybe I ammo rack him. I don't know. Got lit doing that. Either by the G-SOR or something else. Game is still in the balance. It is 10-7, so we're looking like we're in pretty good shape. The mediums still seem to be doing their thing. All right, so we have a WT off to my right. We have a G-SOR, I don't know where. Last seen spotting the middle, but probably worried about being pushed. We have an AMBT and an Astron Rex. Both of those are auto-loader, loader, reloader loaders. So I'll just push up here and see if I can get a shot. I sort of miss one here. The guy backs out and I'm not quite ready. I'm looking around like, where's this G-SOR? I don't want to be seen and get ganked by the AMBT and the Astron Rex. Shots go firing. Those guys are actually on lower hit points there, so they're in danger of getting cleaned up if they're not careful with the autoloaders. Yep, I hear you, TM. I'm with you, buddy. I like this move by the medium, but then he stops. He's actually got a light on the guy further back. Astron Rex dies, and now I'm liking our odds even more. 4,260 damage, no assist right now, and we have 5 kills. I only need 1 more kill for an ace tanker. Think I'll get it? Of course not. Sorry, not ace tanker. What is that called? Top Gun. Top Gun. It does end up being an ace tanker, but the Top Gun is what I was specifically talking about there. Let's move across this way. The contender's out in the open, so I'm pretty sure the I'm like, oh, I should have taken that shot. I should have just stabbed that one off, no problem. Is he going to come back for the 17 hit point kill? No. Those guys are pushing him. They kill a couple more, though. I would really hate for them to kill the Udez and then get in behind me with the autoloaders, but then I see the T122 TM pushing in, so that makes me feel better about it. Look, if the WT is camping down there, he'll save. All right, great. So now with the 122 and the Udez, I'm not worried about that corner anymore. They're not going to show up behind me more than likely. So we can push in here and deal with these guys. I think the WT is looking for a shot on me. He owes me one. Probably should have pushed that way towards... Should have pushed that way towards the corner. He gets an 825. Nice high roll right there. 75 extra hit points of damage. I can take one more, but I cannot take one from him in the G-SOR. Hey, look at that. Another bounce. So, another heat shell. Again, that feels like me. Oh, that was my 6th kill. Alright. Well, where do you think the G-SOR is? The AMBT is still not dead. Where do you think the G-SOR is? I wasn't really thinking very clearly at the moment. I thought maybe he was up on the hill there. Sort of surprised he didn't shoot when the WT shot. I wanted to make sure that the MBT died. He dies. I wonder if he's in the middle. Let's go cap. And then I thought, I finally kind of came to my senses. Somebody's clicking over there. So they must have been shot from that direction or know something. And I went, all right, sure, let's go find this dude. Why not? I have 251 assists. Maybe I can get some more. We'll check here. I can see that the Udez is coming down the line, so they'll push that line. For some reason, he's in one of those bushes. So we'll just cut right, and we'll push into this corner, because while I did see the WT, the G-SOR could be in one of these corners here, no problem. And he is, in fact, right there. We shoot him. He gets one off of me. Like, great. 6th kill, baby. No, a miss. Oh, terrible. Auto-aim. Auto-aim's going to lose. If you got a significant line of sight, you notice how far behind the guy was. So if I was a little bit better with the third-person thing, I might have done some lead fire and got myself a 6th kill, but I did not. 4,954 damage, 1,000 assist end game, so got a little assist in there. 5 kills and an ace tanker in the autoloader, loader, reloader Toro. About as good a case as possible with this tank, being able to take on their heavies while not being the primary guy that they're trying to gank. I didn't have to go in there and tank anything with them. I was able to, on several occasions, show up on their side or come out of my hidey hole position and drop a couple 3 shots into guys. We discussed the relative merits and demerits of my auto loader, loader, reloader planning in there. It just feels like sometimes you're not quite in sync with what you're doing. There are guys who are way, way better than I am at it, picking when to reload and when to pop out and all that good stuff. I think I did a decent job and got almost 5,000 damage out of it, but there were a couple spots in there where I think I could have done a little better job. But there you go. Nice close game for a good portion of it. Well played by a lot of the guys on the team. I'm glad the mediums held out down in the south. It looked like they were both teams were on low hit points, so everyone was being very careful down there not to lose that flank. That was very helpful. Notice, though, that once we won the north, it's very difficult for the corner down there to win. We came around behind them and got rid of those guys and then tracked down the last campers. Very glad that 2 750 alpha shots did not hit me, because I would imagine that if that shot that bounced while I was pushing in had hit me, the G-SOR probably would have tried to finish me off. All right, that's all I've got, guys. Have a great one. See ya.